Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about all the cool and fun things that I enjoyed and tried out in the month of January. There's not much else to say, but let's hop to it. So at the beginning of January I came back from my Alaska trip and I discontinued my last internet service because it sucked. It wasn't like a bad service, but it starts with an X and it ends with an entity. And it was too expensive, and now I have switched to fiber internet. Yay! But during the couple week period where I didn't have internet coming back from my big trip, I actually sat down and watched television for the first time in a super duper long time. Last year I canceled my Netflix account because a million people kept asking me to put them on my account, but I never used it, and I just didn't want to deal with paying for it anymore. And I got my boyfriend really into Gilmore Girls, and a friend had a spare copy of Gilmore Girls season 4, which is exactly where we left off before I canceled Netflix. So this is probably one of the best seasons of the show, and it's more so I've watched Gilmore Girls at least 3 times through. I love the show. However, seeing my boyfriend's reaction to all of the drama and the plot twist is so funny that it feels like I'm watching it new again with him. It's a really fun time with him especially. And you know what? Gilmore Girls is one of those shows that but a lot of dudes admit, they don't admit to watching it because it's a girl show, but it's just such a well-written program, whether it's about men or women. I think having this level of captivating drama and the humor and how quick and witty it is, it's just overall a great program. Oh my god, everyone's gonna probably scream at me, and I've been told for at least 10 years to watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This is everyone's favorite TV show. I'm so aware of this. Everyone keeps saying it's one of my favorite comedies, And my boyfriend has seasons 3 and 4 on DVD, so he let me watch these when we had nothing else to watch. And I got into the mix of it, and it's so freaking funny. I know it's funny, there's so many memes, but I have a hard time sitting down and watching television. So I did watch the entirety of season 3 and kind of got to know the flavor of the cast. And Danny DeVito is the best. Obviously he's the best. And I've held off on watching season 4, not because, I got my internet back, but I do want to go back and watch season 1 and 2, where I know Danny isn't in the first season. However, I do want to see the continuity of all the weird story throwbacks, and there's always inside jokes and whatnot that I've kind of caught on to some themes of the show. However, I do want to start at the beginning. I'll watch 1, 2, skip 3, or maybe watch some of 3 again, depending on how busy I am, and then I'll go into 4. Sticking with the theme of media, I am part of a book club with some friends from college, and the book that we selected for this January's reading is How to Win Friends and Influence People. I feel I've heard a lot of the advice in this book before, and it's one of the most critically acclaimed advice. I don't know if I want to call it self-help, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of great concepts applied that I can apply to my real life and how to talk with people, especially in a workplace situation or during a business deal. And I do recommend, there's a reason why that I'm holding the 80 years in print anniversary version of this book, but it does yield a lot of excellent advice if you want to know how to negotiate better, or just kind of interpersonal skills of how to talk with people and find an appropriate solution, motivate others, and have more influence with your speech. And then in terms of food things, I love food. Oh my god, I love food and drinks, whatever. I love it all. I went to Sam's Club when I got back from my vacation just to stock up in my kitchen because it was absolutely zero. And as much as I wanted to buy cans of LaCroix in bulk, they're expensive, but they are cheaper buying them in bulk. However, I saw in the clearance section, they were pulling out a lot of stuff from New Year's and Christmas items, and I discovered a new brand that I like, but I don't think I'll buy it again because I don't like plastic bottles. But I found Zephyr Hills sparkling water. I bought these for my boyfriend's birthday party to have another option for people, if they don't want to drink soda or alcohol. I thought the sparkling water would be great, and nobody wound up drinking any but me, and I'm almost done with this huge pack of water. It was surprisingly way better than I expected, and I would recommend it, but I don't like bottles. I like cans. They taste better, and I can turn in cans and recycle them and make money, and plastic is really questionable when it comes to recycling. So this next one, Okay, so I am just absolutely blessed. We had a family member, my boyfriend and I, one of his family members, did a big move. They used to live in the same state as us, and they moved across the country, and they couldn't take everything with them. And I was blessed with a hand-me-down Ninja blender. And this is like a pro model. It is so freaking cool. I absolutely adore it. It's so amazing. My last blender was like a crappy blender I got for like $10 at Sears. It works enough for basic things, but it really doesn't function. To go hand in hand with that, my roommate has given me a bag of Huel, which is like a company that has like a bunch of different like health and fitness products. So I have been using this blender now to make Huel shakes and incorporate various items in it, and it's so awesome. I've never ever in my life ever had a blender that worked because I just couldn't afford it. And like these 3-digit blenders are definitely worth it. Like if you really want one, get yourself one of these. But more about Huel, I have a struggle with like how I eat at work because I don't want to eat too much while I'm working. I've literally seen this, which is why I'm only saying it. A lot of people overeat or overdrink really high calorie food items because of the stress of work. So my way of dealing with stress is just not eating at work or eating very, very little. It's hard. It is so freaking hard for me to like fast all day. And then I get home and I feel like a monster and I just want to like eat all the snacks before dinner. If dinner is not ready when I get home, I'm starving. However, these Huel drinks are amazing and they keep me full at work, and I come home and I don't feel like a ferocious monster wanting to eat the whole eat the whole kitchen. And speaking of chickens, Freudian slip. One of my friends gave me a beautiful, beautiful carton of eggs from chickens that she's raised herself. There's various different types of chickens, but it's really interesting. Like I've never had like fresh or like raw farm products, and so far I've been enjoying these eggs. I also have a couple of duck eggs, and there's something like miniature chickens, and she has like these spotted like black, brown, and like white speckled hens that are really cute. But I finally got to meet her little farm animals, and I just love eggs. Between like me and my roommate, we probably consume at least a carton of eggs every week. I'm obsessed with eggs, so these have been absolutely phenomenal. I love them. I bought some reusable bags. I've had this issue of going to the grocery store feeling kind of sketched out by carts and everything because I don't like using those plastic bags that they have available to put your produce in, for example. So I usually just like hold them, or I like have one of my reusable shopping bags and I kind of rest them on top, and I'll scan them and check out and put them back into the bag. However, I found this item on Amazon with these like awesome like substitutes for those plastic grocery bags. But so far I haven't done like a ton of like fresh groceries because I bought a lot of stuff in bulk. But for example, like I was carrying cucumbers in this and they could see right through the mesh, and if there's like any stickers or tags, they could still scan it through it, which is really, really cool. And then, you know, I can put bananas in here. It's big enough for bananas. And then this one, if I want to get myself like a whole like bushel of apples, I mean, this is probably not a bushel, but if I want to go hand select a bunch of oranges and apples, I feel like this like bigger, heftier bag is like perfect for it. I like these so far. They're easy to wash. I just put them in my weekly laundry. It's wonderful. And another fun part too, if you can see, is that it does have the weight of the bag itself. So if you are weighing something at like a food scale and you want to be really particular and not be charged the cost of 1 ounce extra for the product, you can probably have like the cashier or the person checking you out adjust it so it reduces the weight of the bag. To help work on eliminating plastic waste, I have purchased Thai Blue, I don't know how to say it, these reusable plastic bags, which are super awesome. I don't know if you can see on the bag here, but you can put this in the freezer, which is probably the biggest thing I've been using this for. I put this in my refrigerator and freezer to put some like vegetables in, or just like kind of like leftover items, and I also use this for both meat. And the one thing is I don't have a dishwasher that works. It's my glorified drying rack, I like to call it. But these aren't that bad to wash. You just really have to like let it air dry for a day or two and just kind of like adjust it so that the corners don't get icky. Or you can just like blot it out with like a paper towel or something. The best part is if they do go bad, they are biodegradable. So you just throw them in the trash and you don't have to worry about it, which is like the coolest part. That was my January fun. January overall wasn't very fun for me, just given work stress. It's probably, this month and next month are gonna probably be the most challenging months at my job for a long time, but that has been like, taking up a lot of my time, staying late every day, and it's been like really busy and stressful as a result, but things will be okay. It's only gonna get better. I got through hell month at work. It will be a-okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys hopefully in the next week. Thanks.